So yeah, it happened. Ukraine lost Western armor, and people are panicking about it. So Ukraine lost upwards of 5 M2A2 Bradley FIVs and at least 2 main battle tanks. One of them was confirmed to be a 2A6 Leopard and the other one was a 2A4. However, it appears to be that some of the vehicles are repairable, and later on I'm going to show you where they did try to recover some of the armor, and that attempt unfortunately ended in failure. Right now, the info on how many vehicles were lost is not 100% because of all the secrecy going around the counteroffensive. The main thing that I want you to remember though is that the Bradleys and the Leos serve one of the main purposes that they have, which is to preserve human life. Losing crewmen is way worse than losing a modern MBT. It takes upwards of 3+ months to train your personnel to get familiar with the vehicle that you will be using in Ukraine. Replacing equipment takes maybe 24-48 hours, again not exact timeline, but you get the point. This should in no way make you concerned about the counteroffensive failing. Western army is not undestroyable, it will get destroyed in the upcoming days or weeks. You will probably see British-made Challengers and American-made Abrams tanks destroyed, but again, as long as they preserve human life, that serve one of their main purpose. The video that we are watching right now, it's from the Zaporizhia region. The footage is from the column on one of the Bradley FIVs that was being engaged from enemy anti-tank weapons and artillery. It appears that the FIV on the video is trying to return fire down the tree line, trying to at least suppress enemy while the rest of the Ukraine personnel on the ground gets evacuated from there. Right now it appears that the vehicle that just got hit by what appears to be maybe a TOW or an RPG, again it's very hard to distinct because of all the smoke, but I would guess it would be either a TOW or an RPG, rocket propelled grenade, one of the two. It appears that it has a lot of personnel inside. I believe that was the vehicle that was to the front, which was evacuating Ukrainian personnel. Also, as we can see on the video, they did get hit multiple times, but also if you see on the video too, a lot of them seem very repairable. Like with the correct parts, you can definitely repair those. Now again, I don't know if Ukraine has the capacity to retrieve those vehicles, because again, they did try to retrieve those vehicles once and it ended up to getting more vehicles stuck. So that's something that remains to be seen. However, you gotta keep in mind though that Bradleys are not undestroyable. Like, let's take for example the Persian Gulf War. 20 Bradleys got lost. Yeah, 17 of them did indeed get lost to friendly fire incident, and only 3 of them get lost, like enemy fire. But again, it goes to shows that with proper tools, you can definitely do a lot of damage to any kind of vehicle. Now, people seem to have this perception that as long as you are in Western armor, you will win the battle, and that is not the case. Now, sure, yeah, Russia is not the second best army in the world. That is a known fact. Also, Russia is not the second best army in Ukraine. That is also a known fact. However, they do still have a lot of armaments. Some of them, it is not very good. What I'm basically trying to say is there is no easy battle. You're not just gonna get Western weapons and everything is gonna be okay. That's not how a war works. US had a lot of trouble with insurgents in Afghanistan, right? And those guys had only AKs and homemade IEDs. Now, again, Russia doesn't have homemade IEDs, but IEDs made in a factory. It has mines, it has rocket propelled grenades, it has a lot of stuff. Again, old stuff, not very good stuff. But again, stuff that can do a lot of damage if it gets used right. And this is one of the instances that, they had time to prepare. Like, it took a year for them to prepare defenses, to prepare stuff. So this counteroffensive is not going to be an easy one. There is definitely going to be losses on both sides, and Ukrainians are going to suffer. Again, this is a war, and again, even though they did get the Western weapons, Western armor, Western pieces and stuff, yeah, no, it's not gonna be just a walk down Moscow, okay? They're gonna suffer losses, they're gonna lose a lot of these Abrams, Bradleys, Challengers, Leos, whatever it is. They might even lose F-16s, you never know. Now, the problem with Russia is that they still have a lot of infantry, okay? They still have a lot of personnel. Now, Ukrainians are attacking, and they are outnumbered 3-1. So, yeah, they are definitely going to lose armor pieces, okay? Because how the Russian lines are configured is made so you have to lose to gain, okay? There is 3 lines, so I'm basically going to be displaying to you the simplest way I can. So the first line is basically the disposable soldiers. These are the non-experienced ones. They are basically cannon meat, okay? Then there is the second line. These are the more experienced soldiers. Again, not the best that Russia has, but the ones that will definitely try to hold the line, okay? And the third line is the experienced soldiers. These are the soldiers that are supposed to hold the line together. Now, if the third line fails, it creates a gap for the Ukrainian forces to push. That's basically what the Ukrainians are trying to do right now. They're trying to push into the gap so they can break the front line. And if that succeeds, their whole front line starts to demolish. It basically opens up ways for the Ukrainians to flank, which is not going to be very good for Russia. Now, yes, Ukraine did lose Western armor, okay? But again, that is something to be expected while you're attacking, and that is something to be expected while you're attacking a position that had a year to get fortified. But that doesn't define the counteroffensive. So people panicking and saying the counteroffensive isn't going well because they're watching 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 Bradleys getting destroyed. They need to start reading some history because, again, there hasn't been a single battle where a piece of equipment wasn't lost. Anyways, this is all out for today. Thank you for sticking with me. If you did enjoy what I was saying here, you can go ahead, give it a like, do something about it. I don't know. I'm pretty new here, just starting up. If you guys want to see more, just let me know in the comments, I guess.